Hello! In this video I'm showing you how to operate your Vaillant 24-hour time switch, and I'll show you how to set up as many on and off times as you would like all through the day. Now Vaillant have made several different versions of this time switch. There was the 110, there's the 130, and now there's the 150. And before that they had the black one which went in the Turbomax boilers, and they were called a time clock. If you have the old black Vaillant time clock, then switching it from off to timed to constant is slightly different, but setting the times is still the same. So this video should help you with doing that. At the end of the video, I'll explain why it's really important to have a room thermostat, even if you do have thermostatic radiator valves on all your radiators. Now, if your time switch has stopped working, I've left a link down in the description to a new time clock. And don't forget, if you want to check out my website, I've categorized all my videos and you can find links to all the products and parts which I recommend, including this time switch. Now, speaking of my intro, so let's quickly whiz through that and then get on with showing you how to use this timer. My name is Mark Ballard and I've been a gas registered engineer for over 20 years. The aim of my channel is to help you with your central heating and your plumbing. If you find this video helpful in any way, then please give me some feedback by clicking on that thumbs up, and that will also help others to find the video. If you think this video is useful, then click on that subscribe, and if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. And of course, share the video with your friends. And I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's left a donation in my toolbox fund. It's really appreciated and it helped me to make more videos which will hopefully help you. Right, now let's get on with the video. So here we go then. On the front of the timer there is a switch where it says off, it says timed, and it says on. On is constant and the heating will be on 24 hours a day. So that's all day and all night. And it will ignore the timer completely. If you have the Vaillant time switch at 110, then adjusting it is exactly the same as the 150. It just looks slightly different. To adjust the timer, we just open up the clear plastic door. Adjusting the timings is the same. This is the time switch in the time position. And this is the time switch in constant. And this is the off position. The green light indicates heating on. Now to set the timer, this is pretty straightforward. A lot of people find this quite tricky, but I'll go through it and show you how easy it actually is. Now you have a 12-hour clock on the inside and a 24-hour clock on the outside. Where I find people quite often get confused is over this little pointer here which points to the 24-hour time, which is on the outside of the clock. So you can see the time now on the inside is at 12:20, and if we look at where that little timer pointer is, you can see it also says 12:20. So whenever you set the time, you've got to make sure that the time on the outside is correct, because it's very easy to put it 12 hours out. So if I just turn the outside all the way around and set it to 12:20, if we look at the little pointer, it's pointing to just after the 24, which is 20 past midnight. So all the timers will be out by a whole 12 hours. So I'm going to rotate this back round again, so it's now 12:20. And you can also turn it inside with your finger like this. Don't turn it backwards, mind. Always turn it in a clockwise direction. And you can see there's a big arrow on the clock indicating the direction to turn it in. Now you can see the 24-hour time at the pointer is at 12:20. Now to set the timer, what we need to do is push these little counters or these little digits in and out, which are around the outside. So hopefully you can see at the moment I've got it set from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way around to 10 o'clock at night, where they're all pushed in. So that will keep the heating on all day long, and the room thermostat will turn the boiler on and off and keep the house at the correct temperature. If you don't have a room thermostat, then at the end of the video I'll explain the importance of why you should have one, even if you do have thermostatic radiator valves on all your radiators. Back to the timer. We'll also need to change the switch to the time position, so it uses the timer, like that. Now to adjust when the heating comes on and off, we need to just push these tags in and out, like I said. So I can push them out like that, hopefully you can see those moving out. And then I push them back in to put the central heating on. Now you can push as many tags as you want in or out all through the 24-hour period, so the heating will be going on and off as much as you want. Now they are a little bit fiddly to push in and out, but they are pretty straightforward. So at the moment it's set from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, but I could turn it off during the day by just pushing the tags out. So to demonstrate that, let's turn our heating off at say 10 o'clock. So we're going to push those tags out there. Like I said, they are a bit fiddly, but you can see that's from 10 and now it's to 11, and I'm going to keep going. I'm at 12. I'm going to keep on pushing them out, so now it's So I'm now at 14, 15, and let's make it 4 o'clock, which is 1600. So now we can see if from 10 o'clock right through to 16, the heating will then be off. And then it comes on at 1600 to 22, and then from 7 o'clock in the morning through to 10 o'clock in the morning. Now let's say you want to put your heating on at lunchtime. So let's say at 12 o'clock at lunchtime, we can then put the heating back on again. And let's say from 12 to, let's call it 2 o'clock. So push them up to 2 o'clock, and then you can see it's from 12 to 2 o'clock, the heating will then come back on again. So hopefully you can see you can push these little tags in as much as you would like. So there I've put some more out, so I could just push them out there and you could have it going off at that time. And I've seen some people where they have these pushed in and out all the way through the day. But of course, set it the way that works for you. And for this lady, she has it on from 7 o'clock in the morning right through to 10 o'clock at night. And you can see that there all the way around to 10 o'clock now. And of course, she has a room thermostat. And I'll explain the importance of having room thermostat in just a second. Now let's just reset our time. And just remember, check that 24-hour time. So it's 12 hours out there. So now I've got to rotate it all the way around, right the way around, keep going till I get round to the 12 at midday, because obviously now it's lunchtime. Just wind that round, 12:30, and there we are. The pointers pointing at 12:30 on the 24-hour clock on the outside. So I'm now going to show the timer turning the boiler on and off. If I turn the clock around like this, the heating is due to come on at 1600, which is 4 o'clock. What we will see is a radiator will come up in the display, indicating that the heating has come on. So it'll come up just there. So now I'm just going to turn the clock around just past 4 o'clock, and then we will see the radiator come up in the display. And there we go, there's a radiator showing us that the heating is now on. And then in just a few seconds, we should see the flame come up in the corner, telling us that the boiler is now lit and running our central heating. Now it does take a couple of seconds before we see the flame, because the boiler is measuring the flow and the return temperatures. So it's just measuring those, and when it's happy that it can come on, it'll bring the flame on. And there we go, there's the flame, and now the radiator symbol starts flashing, indicating that our heating is now on. Now just to show you what happens when the boiler goes off, I'm going to rotate the time around, and it's due to go off at 10 o'clock. Let's just light the display up again so you can see it. And then we can see on the outside there at 2200, it's due to go off. And I'm just going to rotate the time around. It'll go click as it goes past the 10, and then we'll see the flame and the radiator go off. And there we go, they've gone off. Now depending on your boiler, you may have an egg timer come up now. The egg timer just indicates that the heating's been on and it's now off, but the pump is just staying running for a short while, just pumping the remaining of the heat out of the boiler. So why should you have a room thermostat? Well, firstly, it's been a building regulation for many years now that central heating system should have a timer and a room thermostat. Now, the easiest way to show you why it's a really good idea to have a room thermostat is to show you on this whiteboard. Now, this is a very rough drawing of your central heating system. Here we have your boiler, then we've got some radiators maybe upstairs, some radiators downstairs, and maybe you've got a radiator which hasn't got a thermostat on. Then these radiators all have thermostatic radiator valves on. Now you're going to say to me, I've got thermostatic radiator valves and they turn off the radiators, so I don't need a room thermostat. So let's just say all these rooms have got the temperature and these thermostats have now turned off. Now this radiator might have a thermostat on, or it might be turned off, but it doesn't really matter. So now all your heating is turned off, right? No, wrong. All your radiators might be turned off, but it hasn't turned off your boiler. So the pump's going to keep on running, and then every now and again the boiler's going to cool down, and then the flame's going to come on, heating up your boiler. The pump's going to stay running, the boiler's going to cool down, and then it's going to heat up again, and around it goes. And yet the house doesn't warm up because all the radiators are turned off. But the boiler doesn't know that, and so it's going to keep on turning on and off all the time you have your heating turned on. Now this is where the room thermostat comes in. So when you have a room thermostat and you say set that to 21 degrees, like that, when your house gets to 21 degrees, it's then going to turn the boiler off. Once the boiler is off, the flame's not going to come back on and the pump will stop running. Even if the thermostats on the radiators open back up again, the radiators won't come back on until that room thermostat drops in temperature, turns the boiler back on, and then the house will warm back up again. Hopefully you can now see that it's really inefficient not to have a room thermostat. And don't forget, by not having a room thermostat, you're also adding additional wear to your boiler and your pump and anything else that may be running. Not to mention the additional gas you're going to be using. And that's why it's a building regulation to have one. And these days it's really easy to fit one because you can get all these wireless controls like this Honeywell DT92E. This is a wireless room thermostat, and the receiver unit just wires into your boiler or your controls. And then you can take the thermostat anywhere you like in the house. Some of my older customers, especially my older ones, they like to take the thermostat up to bed with them, and then they can turn the heating off when they get into bed. And then when they're going to get up in the morning, they just pick the thermostat up, turn the temperature up, and then that brings the heating back on again. And they might not even use a timer at all. Right, that's about it then. So I do hope my video has been helpful to you. If you want to watch my next video, then you can click on the link just here. And if you found my video helpful in any way, then please give me that little bit of feedback by clicking on that thumbs up. And like I said, that will help others to find your video. And if you enjoyed the video, then you can click on subscribe. And if you want to receive a notification the next time I upload a help video, then click on that bell. And of course, share the video with your friends. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody who's left a donation in my Toolbox Fund. It's really appreciated, and it helped me to make more videos, which will hopefully help you. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.